Okay, so we're here at the beginning, and this is Josh Cabot with star student Tom Ironman as the introduction of Lear. And Tom, tell me what you see in terms of the light and other opening things.
Well, there's not a lot of light. It's very dim. It's just those about looking like three beams, obviously to kind of reflect the darker theme of the play. And then now you see Ian McKellen here coming out almost what looks like in like clergy wear, you know, almost in some sort of like religious kind of ritual of some sort.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you say that because you you hardly would call Lear's behavior throughout the remainder of the play religious, and yet he's definitely, and yet beyond the religion, you certainly see the level of respect with which he's treated. Now, what about as an actor, as you are, what do you think about what McKellen's doing here?
Well, I mean, it seems very kind of. He's obviously giving some sort of blessing of some sorts. I mean, it's very kind of sort of hard to tell because this is obviously something that Trevor Nunn put into the play. But yeah, I mean, I thought it's a very interesting take on the whole plot of Lear.
Okay, and so now we get the introduction of Edmund with Gloucester and Kent, and this is done in a pretty straightforward way. Although one of the things I love, and you and I were talking about this before, is that I love when Gloucester comments on how much fun it was begetting
conceiving him.
Yeah, how much fun he has begetting Edmund, and it's sort of this. Kent gives this awkward kind of smile, but it's really another thing I liked about this, and we were also talking about it, is that Kent is maintaining his dignity, and there's Edmund completely separate, from them. On the outside as he is right now. All right. So again, as an actor, what were your impressions of this part of the scene?
Well, I think Edmund was really good here because, as later in the play, he kind of sets sort of the wheels turning with the whole conspiracy, and you can kind of see here that, he's already starting to think about something, and again, I think it's almost really kind of the nobleman like Gloucester and Kent, maybe he feels like they're kind of pushing him away almost, like he feels uncomfortable around them, see, especially the way he looks right here in this scene, the face he's making.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very static scene, but yet they kind of give it some life. Okay, and now we come to the division of the kingdoms, and it's so fascinating to me that one of the things I loved about this is that Lear enters with Cordelia, which sets us up very nicely for what is to come. All right, and what do you see here that you notice that interests you?
Well, I mean, it's very interesting because he goes on to the play and you find out that kind of Lear very much favored Cordelia, and you can see before a few cuts earlier he was just holding her hand, and it is just maybe kind of speaks to the kind of character that Lear is that he's just willing to totally cut her out of his inheritance of the three parts of his kingdom.
All right, and of course, this is a filmed version of a stage performance, so it's a little. There's not going to be too much to comment on in terms of the camera and the editing that you would normally in a film. But yeah, you can definitely see where they're going with this production, and he looks a little doddering there, which is kind of nicely put, and everyone's smiling. So yeah, we're on our way to the races with a very good production. All right, well, Tom Ironman, thank you so much for your commentary, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Mr. Cabot.